Okay, now that we have made our changes and restarted the computer, we should be able to log in with the password that we set up earlier on. So we log in, and we should then see that all the changes that if we put the password in right, it does help. We should find all the changes we configured in the previous video have now taken effect, including rename the computer name. And that's because I shut it down. So if we now go into, or at least let Server Manager open up, we should find all the changes. And by the way, just to mention at this stage, if you remember the size of the file that we had before for the VDI, it was 200 meg or something like that. Now look at it, it's 8.5 gig. Okay, so it does get quite large, but we have allocated 200 gig to it, so it's expanding as the requirements are utilized. So when we go to the local server, which may take a second or two to load up in your machine, because Server Manager is basically retrieving all the information about the computer, and you may see something like this not responding depending on your resources. This may take a second or two to actually take effect. So we can see now it's now called base server. Okay, so our computer name, etc., has been changed, and all the other settings that we made have also been changed. Now, a very important thing to do for every virtual machine you have is to install what are called the guest editions. This will give you much better interface between your keyboard, your mouse, and your graphics. So to do that, you click on Devices in VirtualBox, insert the guest edition CD image, and you may be prompted for this guest editions tap to choose what happens with the disk. If you don't want to use that, you simply go to File Explorer, and in File Explorer you see that you have VirtualBox guest editions. You double click on that and it will start. If it doesn't open up for you automatically, you can right click and open, and you will see a series of files in here, and there's your VirtualBox guest editions. You can install this. Next on that, install. So it's very simple, but it is very important that you do that. Otherwise, you will have various features like your mouse being captured and difficulty releasing the mouse from outside the window, etc. Plus, your ability to be able to change the graphic size, and that would be much greater. So we let that run along the background, and when it's installed, we'll simply do a restart to make sure that it takes effect. As part of the install, you'll be asked, do you want to install this device software? And again, it's Oracle Corporation, so we can go install. And again, we let it go away in the background and do its installation. Once it's completed, it's installed, we'll ask if you want to reboot or manually restart later. Well, we might as well reboot now and have it complete. So click finish and the computer will restart.